I'm Chief Stephen Obepa Lawani, OFR, Ochagokidoma, from Balibo local government of Benue State. I am the immediate past Deputy Governor of Benue State. Prior to that, I spent a good number of my working career in the private sector, the banks, and talking about banking, I've been chairman of several banks, Savannah Bank, Money Bank, Fidelity Bank. I was also the chairman of Nigerian hotels before they were privatized. Politically, I've been also active. I was Deputy National Chairman of the National Republican Convention, and in 1997, I believe, I contested election to the Nigerian Senate under the United Nigeria Congress Party. As I said, in 2007, I decided to take a shot at the government house, Macaulay. Ditto 2014, where of course I came second in the primary of my party. This time around, I believe with the experience that I have gained, I'm also running, and by the good work of my campaign organization, I look forward to being successful. Essentially, everyone who runs must have a major plan. In my own case, among several things I intend to do for my state, emphasis will be on education, health, agriculture, to grow the idea of our state, local government reform, and last but not least, insecurity. There are other areas of government that government must give attention to, but this area that I want to give priority attention to. Until recently, Benue State and Benue Province, before Benue State, and Kaba Province, Kogi State, were the most educated provinces and therefore states in the north. We were second, or first or second, but now we're distant eighth from the figures that I have at my disposal. So education will be given priority by the government that I will head. In spite of having 4 degree awarding institutions in Benue State, we are still not doing as much as I think we ought to. Education, therefore, will be occupied priority place. Number 2 will be the health system. The COVID-19 that we all just gone through has obviously exposed the inadequacies of our healthcare delivery in Nigeria, not necessarily in Benue State. So a great attention will be given to the healthcare system. That is, for instance, no reason why someone who has malaria in my local government will now be jumping to Macaulay for treatment. You should be able to receive treatment from the general hospital in Janoga. It details the same. When you're sick, there's no point rushing to Macaulay for treatment. So you should get priority attention in your own local government before coming to Macaulay, perhaps, and of course the area they are all heading for is teaching hospital that itself has its own problem. So we will have to look at the healthcare delivery system in the various local governments. Thirdly, agriculture. Benue State used to be #1 producer of soybean in the whole country. Now we are distant fifth, I'm told, soybean. We used to be the largest producer of yam. We still are, but it's not enough to produce. We should be able to export our yam from Benue State. Interestingly, I understand in my recent discussion with some Indians and other nationalities, if you go to London, most of the yam that are in London market they are from Benue State, but they go through Ghana. If they are exported direct from Nigeria, they are not allowed to land in the UK, except if they are labeled coming from Ghana. We must get to know what the problem is so that we can tackle it. And doing that, we must work with the national bodies. Soybean, we are the largest and still remain the largest producer of soybean, of benefits in Nigeria. We should continue. Look at the citrus fruit. We are the largest producers. And nothing is disturbing as being the largest producer, and yet there is nothing going from harvesting to the secondary stage. Well, see, trucks and trucks are still carrying this produce all the way to Lagos. It's not necessary. We can I already have discussions, and I think I can show you the document, where Indian manufacturers will prepare to put plants in Benue State, and then put them in the secondary stage for export. The other important product, again, cassava. Cassava, where we are number 2 largest producers of cassava in the country. There used to be a manufacturing output administration in industrial layout. It's been shut down and nothing has been done since then. That will be looked into. It's not that government would set up industries, but we will encourage people, we will provide the enabling environment for people to come and plant and set up production plants in Benue State. If we don't do that, there's no way we're going to grow the IGR that we need, grow our IGR to be able to pay our workers, the pensioners, and fund to provide other amenities in the state. Lastly, I think the issue of insecurity, which is very, 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 very important. Again, I have a blueprint on how to solve the insecurity problem in Benue State, because the priority as governor is to ensure that their people are safe. But because of the nature of insecurity, I cannot divulge it to you now, but I do have a blueprint document on how to solve it. Local government reform is perhaps one that will receive my great attention. At the moment, of the 23 local government, at any one time, all the chairmen either lecturing in Abuja or in Makurdi, they are hardly found in their local government. Our reform will be such that the local government will be, chairmen and councillors will be busy attending to one thing or the other in their local government and will not have time to even come to Makurdi except when they are invited by government. Agriculture is major. It's a major area, but the economy of the state will be one area to address it to ensure that the IGR revenue are meant that go into the government coffers, not to individual pockets, not to my pocket as governor, not to the pockets of local government chairman. That they go into the state treasury. Only then can we lay our hands on them to use them properly. At the moment, the international community, financial institutions, parastatals of federal government are unwilling to do business with Benue State. I don't wish to go into any details, but there will be need to have some collaboration between state and federal, so that these agencies who at this moment are reluctant to do business with Benue State would find their way back. It's not only just the issue of counterpart funding. We will do that, but beyond that, there are other areas other reforms that are necessary to attract investment from from other parts of the country. I'll give you an example. Right now, Dangote Industries, the flour mills of Nigeria, are setting up plants in Nasarawa State that will give employment to, I'm told, in the next 2-3 years, up to 4,000 people. That's a big number. So there's no reason why we cannot attract such large industrial concerns to set up in Benue. It's not necessarily, it's not government alone, not necessarily government that will do it, but we can talk to these people. I know what to do. I'm a product of the private sector. I know what to do to attract industries and production facilities into my state. Instead of finding their way of just being on the street and start drinking from as early as 10 a.m. as we are told is the situation, they will find their way to the ban. To farming become very lucrative. They'll go back to the agriculture and their farming will become lucrative, and our teaming youth will go even rural works too, rural something not I would say the Marshall Plan, but as obtains in the US, but something that will key to whatever the federal government is doing that will give employment to our teaming youths. Gentlemen of the press, I've already told you that I have a blueprint on that, and it's not something that I wish to divulge now. But I have every governor, me as governor have a duty to make my people safe, and it is a priority area for me, and you can rely on that. You can't tell me for that. Thank you.